Hi, Sega. You screwed up again. I'm pretty sure he hates it. Oh, we're done with the intro? Okay, I was expecting more. No, I guess we aren't. What? What? That was a weird way to end your intro. Turn off a light. It's still war. It's still like war game, and it's still some level of strategy. But when it comes to actual gameplay, it's nothing like the first three. And by that, I mean it's nothing good like the first three. And it's, again, I'm not harping on the action replay part. I'm harping on how it is executed. Because execution is everything when it comes to a game. Where's the hell is hard mode? You throw easy and normal, and then it just looks weird when you don't have hard at the bottom. I guess they don't care.
Ragnite, a mysterious ore that emits an azure glow. It contains a magical energy known as mana. Its discovery brought prosperity to the masses, thanks to a select few who could wield its power through alchemy. In due time, the mana engine, an alchemic device that uses Ragnite as fuel, was invented in Europa.
I suggest
The
you guys get some
processing of mana
snacks
itself became an
so you don't fall
industry,
asleep.
allowing the masses to access alchemy and sparking a revolution. This Azure Revolution transformed Europa. As the demand for Ragnite grew, so too did the conflict between countries. Thus began the Age of Imperialism, in which countries would expand their borders through aggressive military action. The revolution
Change killing
transformed
its own frame
mankind's
rate.
history into one
Shade-
of endless war
Adol
over the
lives
azure
in a
mineral.
better universe. That's what I'm just saying now. He lives in a universe where the gods actually care. This is a different Europa.
The Kingdom of Jutland, September 15th, 1954 BC. On this day 100 years ago,
Still
the
more
European
cutscenes.
Liberation War that shook the country came to an end. Elsinore, the capital of Jutland, is lively in celebration for the centennial anniversary of the country's freedom.
And this Let's Play or stream's going pretty well. I've already gotten through 5 minutes of the game and I haven't touched the controller at all. No, Shade. This is just the beginning. The cutscenes. Look at the shadow, guys. That looks great. Love that shadow effect. What system am I playing again? Oh, it's a PS4. Oh my god. Man. I would expect a little bit more than what this is offering to me right now.
Meanwhile, in a grove far away from the bustling city, two people from the Institute of Alchemy stand before a grave.
I'd like to know the truth, Professor.
The truth? What of?
I've been researching...
And this is how the story actually gets told.
After going through the records...
It's not done in a very interesting narrator rules the world kind of thing. It's a discussion between these two people.
The Elsinore trials have
Looks like a teacher and a student.
The history books paint a similar picture too.
I've seen the court records written by Lord Donovan Linden.
Lame is what I would like to title this discussion right here.
Jutland into war for self-interest. They incited the citizens.
This doesn't really like get me into the story. It's like, oh, these fucking losers, the grave of the five.
That conflict is now referred to as the Liberation War. The name speaks for itself.
Oh, there's more bad shadows.
As we know it, exist exactly because.
Hey, Kylie, how you doing?
Professor, you come from a line of instructors that spans 5 generations, all of whom taught at the Institute. And the time of your great-great-grandmother's tenure is of particular interest. I've heard that Princess Ophelia and the leader of the traitors...
Hey, look! It's the main character! His name just popped up. Can you pronounce that name, guys?
Have you heard anything from your family
I
about
can't.
that period?
Maybe the amulet.
How did the traitors feel?
But
What did
I'm
they
just
think?
gonna call
Or
him
why did they lead this country down the
AOL. You'll
path of
see in a
war?
moment.
If there's some hidden truth,
Shade,
we should share it
I'm
with
still
the
not
world.
interested. And I didn't know anything about the
I've looked
game.
through a lot of historical documents and research papers regarding the traitors. I've reviewed
Here's the
historical
reason.
facts and
Characters
researched them time and again. And I've
suck.
concluded that there's an important fact that remains hidden about the traitors.
And that would be?
I haven't gotten that far yet. Still, I don't believe that the traitors started a war for selfish reasons. Jutland won the war and underwent a massive growth. The fact that they laid the foundation for it should be ample reason why we shouldn't think of them as criminals.
Shade, I don't even think
If I may
you
be
have
so
to
bold,
understand,
I even
Shade.
think the honor of those 5 should be restored.
Don't try to defend this game. You're not
That's
gonna
quite
win.
a bold notion. There's no need to restore their honor.
Then do you accept the contents of that trial, Professor?
They didn't want to restore their honor. They wanted to watch over this area. That was their only request.
Huh?
It was for that reason they accepted the brand of traitor and the penalty of death that accompanied it. Their only wish was for all 5 of them to
Fine.
rest here in this land.
I'll let you
Still,
have your fun, Shade.
the people
Be the
couldn't
devil's
forgive
advocate.
But it's clear that their request has been granted. Why is that?
It was done out of love. A complex one at that.
You have heard something then, haven't you? Please, you have to tell me, Professor.
Very well. What I'm about to discuss...
Oh man, this is the first time I
as
yawned
you've
today.
surmised, this is a truth that's been passed down by my family.
Oh my
starting
god,
with
the
my
lighting effect.
great-great-grandmother.
God help you.
Listen to it in its entirety, and then decide for yourself.
I did not
if
know the
this is a
trees were
tale
invested
that
in
should
the
be
stock
shared
market.
with the world.
I'll give you that. Passable. And yes, they are getting very long-winded. I'm like, please get to the point where I can start picking up the controller and killing things. You know, like the game. Hey, look,
October
the
4th,
place we need to be in.
1853 EC.
Let's play a game, guys. Voice actors.
The region of Molde, where we stand now, became the first battleground in the war between Jutland and Ruse. Jutland's anti-Valkyria squad challenged the Rusi Empire. They were known as the Vannergund, and their commanding officer, Amlet Gronkair, was one of the traitors.
Yeah, Razor Edge. Very boring. Problem is, we need to know what's going on, so we have to watch.
Hey, Helena. That racket you've been making is getting on my nerves.
Huh? I'm just, trembling with excitement.
I guess she got her
Looks like we've got a
contacts
tough one
on,
over here.
because her eyes are like
Great things from you,
humongous.
Private Anderson.
You can count on me.
I must be excited too. That's why I can't stop trembling.
You're just scared.
You're right.
You ought to be following my example, little boy Bloom. I am the very paragon of vitality, vivacity, and virility.
Oh my god, these
You're
characters.
surrounded by children. War's about to break out and you act as if you don't have a care in the world.
Excuse me, Miss Bridget. Surely you're not including me with the rest of this ragtag rabble.
You're the brattiest one here, Isaac.
You're quiet as always, Tilda.
You're pretty calm yourself, Bridget, even though the enemy is practically within reach.
That I am. Strangely so. Once the battle starts, though, who knows what'll happen. I've been waiting for the day to
Documentaries
take
aren't this
revenge on the
boring, though.
I'll give
I
no
mean,
quarter.
seriously. A game documentary being this boring?
Well, we have been pushed around a lot.
Hey, look, that's our main character, guys.
Everyone has some
AOL.
grudge against him.
Because
Big or small.
for how
Moving
fast
down
he
the street from us
runs,
died the other day.
when he
They couldn't
finally
find
gets
any
to the
medicine
point,
for her.
things die.
She was so nice.
Mainly the person that's getting pissed off at the game.
God, this is unacceptable. As if we'll let an economic blockade kill us. If we're gonna die, we'll go out with a bang.
Just so.
Here's our supporting character.
'Twas to save my people from such a regrettable fate, so far as I am able, that I have taken up the sword alongside you. We must break free from the clutches of imperialism and put an end to this unjustly imposed embargo. Amlet Gronkair,
Yes?
I must say, I truly am glad to have joined this unit, for it has attuned me more closely to the will of my people.
Lieutenant Villefort.
Yes, sir.
Have the princess stand down.
Beg pardon? I still have matters to discuss with you.
I don't.
Must you always speak so obstinately? Even to your...
Come, Your Highness.
Did I
Godot.
mention that AOL is 3 parts Squall and
Princess,
1
when
part
your commanding officer says
Cloud?
stand down, you stand down. You're not students anymore.
Helena!
Aw, come on! Fifi's just trying her bestest, you know?
You always take the
Please don't
princess's
talk.
side, Sarah. Why don't you become her handmaiden?
How rude! What's with the attitude?
Doesn't seem like they've bolstered their numbers
No,
nearly as much as the
continue
report
doing that,
indicated.
please.
Even if they had, we have our orders.
Of course.
Watch over the princess.
Understood.
Sorry for the delay, Lieutenant Gronkair.
My god, can I get to the fucking game?
It started.
Sir, His Majesty decreed at 0752 to all citizens of Jutland the annulment of our alliance with the Rusi Empire. He has declared we're entering a state of war against them.
Anti-Valkyria squad, prepare to commence operation. Our objective is to seize the outpost and take back our land from the Empire.
Oh my god, I'm actually gonna start
Everyone,
playing the
please,
frickin'
lend
game.
me your ears.
Dude!
This is not just a battle, but the dawn of a war for our people's independence. May the blood of our own go unshed. And may we bring victory to Jutland, our country and home.
Jutland back then was in a state of poverty. The Ruzi Empire, who is in a long-standing alliance with our country, approached the other major powers of the world. Together, they launched a year-long economic embargo, which would later be known as the BRFH blockade.
BRFH. Brenland, Ruse, Frank, Hobstria. Those four powerful empires had ceased all trade and commerce with our country.
Are these going to matter later in the
The
game?
livelihood of the Judish populace was strained by a lack of resources. Jutland went to war under those circumstances.
This game's growing redundant.